Year 10 English. This is Mr. Bono. It's an absolutely beautiful day outside as I'm recording this, so I hope by the time that you hear this that you will have enjoyed a lovely weekend and maybe gotten a chance to have some socially distanced conversations with your friends. Now, this assignment is about the poem Two Mothers, The Two Mothers by Matilda Betham Edwards. And once again, we're focused on war poetry, and the question will be open for you. Is this an example of propaganda in war poetry? Okay, we'll come back to that, but let's read the poem first. The Two Mothers by Matilda Betham Edwards. Poor woman, weeping as they pass yon brave recruits, the nation's pride. You mourn some gallant boy, alas, like mine, who lately fought and died? Kind stranger, not for soldier son of shame, not grief my heart will break. 3 stalwarts have I, but not one doth risk his life for England's sake. Now you have some questions here. Okay, the first mother speaks in the first stanza to the second mother who she sees crying. Okay, let's look at that again. Okay, so here is, let me highlight this, your first stanza or paragraph, but in poetry we call it a stanza. Okay, so in the first paragraph we have mother number 1 talking. Okay, and she is talking to mother number 2, who she sees crying. And mother number 1 guesses at the reason. So let's read it again. Poor woman, weeping as they pass yon brave recruits, the nation's pride. You mourn some gallant boy, alas, like mine who lately fought and died. Now, if you need a dictionary to look up some key words, okay, so this poor woman that mother 1 sees is weeping as somebody passes yon brave recruits. So those brave recruits who are the nation's pride. You mourn. So she's talking to this poor woman. You mourn some gallant boy, alas, like mine who lately fought and died. That's a question. Okay? Are you mourning some gallant boy like mine who recently or lately fought and died? Okay, so for question number 1, you're putting into your own words, what does mother 1 guess is the reason that mother 2 is crying as she watches these recruits, these new soldiers marching off to fight? Okay, and mother 2 answers in the second stanza. This is mother 2's voice. Kind stranger, not for soldier son, of shame, not grief, my heart will break. 3 stalwarts have I, but not one doth risk his life for England's sake. Okay, so work through it. Okay, mother 2 answers mother 1 in the second stanza to explain that mother 1's guess was wrong. What does mother 2 say was the real reason for her tears? You may have to look up some words. Stalwart, what does that mean? Okay, she's saying that her heart is going to break for shame, not grief. Okay, why is she ashamed? Okay, what was the real reason for her tears of shame? Okay, number 3. Think about what impact the poet was trying to have on readers at the time of the writing. Okay, what do you think mothers of young men would have thought or felt upon reading the poem at the time the soldiers were enlisting for the First World War? So once you understand questions 1 and 2 and you understand what's going on in the poem, okay, then think about what was the poet trying to make people think and feel, particularly in question number 3, mothers of young men. Okay, and then the 4th question is very similar, but what do you think young men at the time would have thought or felt when they read this poem? Okay, really try to get at the feelings. Okay, And number 5, do you think this poem is an example of propaganda? Okay, we've talked a lot about the definition of propaganda, so I won't define it again. If you need to look it up, please do, to answer why or why not. Okay? Finally, have a look at the image at the top. Okay? Sorry the quality is not great, okay, but you get the picture. There's a woman who appears to be older with the light hair, with her arm around a young man, pointing the way. She says, "Go. It's your duty, lad. Join today." Okay? So, question 6 is asking, do you think the image here is communicating a similar message to the poem or a different message? Okay, it might be have some similarities and some differences. Explain. Okay, that's your assignment. You can send me a private message or a class comment on this if you have any questions. Good luck.